you. Alright, let's talk about the Polaris75. The Polaris75, back in its prime, was a replacement to my KBD75 V1, which sported my famous Haliaz switches, which were halo stems within an Aliaz 60 gram switch. And for a while, that was my keyboard, until I realized there was a lot of things wrong with the model that I got. One, the plate was really thick. So when it was too thick, not only did I have to sand down, because apparently I think these are like B stock, C stock leftovers from the manufacturer, but not only that, because the plate was so thick, the stabilizers didn't have enough clearance. So when I pressed the spacebar, instead of going around like say full travel like this far, it'd only go around this far, and sometimes even the spacebar would get stuck, and it would be very frustrating to use. Same thing with every other key. The only key that actually had proper return was the backspace, and most likely it's because of the fact that the keycap was so tall. But the reason why I stopped using it was not only did it not really feel good to use, but the sound profile wasn't that great either, because at the time I was under the very naive mindset that anything besides tray mount and had a brass plate was premium, like good shit. Oh my god, it's supposed to be the best. Look at the golden plate. Look at the top mount that's not plebeian tray mount, great value XD. Yeah, no, I got slapped across the face for that one. I miss my KBD75 V1 every day. I miss it very much because it sounded very good. And admittedly, I just think it was a bad choice. But there's one saving grace about this keyboard, in that there was cutouts for plate mount stabilizers. So when I was made aware of this, I was like, oh, well, why don't I order some Duroc plate mount stabilizers? Because supposedly those are very good replacements in case if your OEM ones are just way past the point of saving. I haven't had stabilizers like that. If anything, I've had more troubles with premium stabilizers, but that's a topic for another video. But the one saving grace about this keyboard, not only because of the fact that it was hot swap, but because it supports plate mount stabilizers, they were exceptionally easy for me to mod. And to this day, I believe, unless if I have another keyboard lying around somewhere in the future, perhaps the Saka 68, this keyboard has the best spacebar in my entire collection. And here's what it sounds like. That is the reason why I put the spacebar in the mini compilation as the first display of sound, because I personally believe that this spacebar is genuinely the best one I have in my entire collection. There's literally no wobble. I can press it anywhere, it goes straight up and down. It's what all my other spacebars aspire to be. And it makes me sad that this is the keyboard that supports it, because everything else about the keyboard besides the layout sucks ass. There's no VIA support, the sound isn't that great, the plate itself, because it was brass, it was really tight on switches. So when I took out my Haliaz switches, they were literally like parts just shaved off because of how tight it was, and it's very hollow sounding. So in all, I don't even know why I have this keyboard. Look at the mismatch of keycaps on it. I literally took off the Coca-Cola keyboard stuff because this is now the predecessor, the DOV2 R2. Look how beautiful it is, and it has a beautiful back weight too. Dedicated video for this is coming whenever the keycaps are finished, because I need to replace the specialty up here along with some extra stickers on the back. I've been waiting for those to come in, but yes. So what did I do with what is the Polaris keyboard now? Well, instead of using Holly-out switches, I actually put in some of my personal favorites, or at least what I thought would be my personal favorites, but they're not. These are Everglide Jade Green V2s, and they're basically upgraded Cherry MX Browns. Shubes is like dripping pre-cum right now, but the reason why I don't use this is because I just have other boards to use, and it's hard to configure. At least it's a pain in the ass to configure. So like, there's only insert, home, and delete. There's no this function key here. I don't know what it really does. In all, I just don't feel like doing anything about it. So the majority of the alpha keys have Everglide Jade Green V2s. However, there are some keys that I chose to change the switch of because the keys started to chatter. I'm not sure whether it was because of the switch or the PCB, but because some of the Everglide Jade Greens decided to chatter and double input, I had to swap out the key switches. So some of these don't even have proper key switch uniformity. Oh, here's a Jade Green V2. Oh, here's a silent Kale Box Silent Brown. Here's another Kale Box Silent Brown. Oh, what's in the function key? Oh, we have, let's take a look what's in here. Oh, we got a boxed Royal that actually clicks. Oh, what's that? Is that a Cherry MX Blue? I wonder if that's a Cherry MX Blue. That is a Cherry MX Blue, and guess what? It's a lubed one that I made in my video like 2 years ago. This is a lubed Cherry MX Blue. Look at that. And, oh, what do we have here in the... Oh, it's Novel Keys Blueberries. Oh, cool. What do I have in here? What's on the escape key? Oh, that's a Clicky. Oh, that's a Kill Speed Bronze. So, basically, this keyboard sported all of my key switches that I just didn't use. Because I have a collection of key switches, such as Franken switches and lube switches that I don't use. And they pretty much end up on this keyboard. So the reason why this keyboard exists is that it houses all the key switches that I didn't put to use. And to be quite honest with you, the only reason why I have this keyboard now is because of this. And maybe these. Anyway, I've pretty much gone over everything about this keyboard. This is why I called it the Scuff-Cessful rebuild, because albeit it is a scuffed keyboard that I don't recommend anyone buy unless if the manufacturer actually upped its production quality, in which I don't know. I bought this thing a year ago, so make of it as you will. But yeah, that will do it for my Polaris75. And up next will be a typing test in which I type for around 3 minutes. Expect a 5-minute typing test with this thing because I just can't refuse. But otherwise, yeah. I hope this video was helpful to you, in which that maybe perhaps you were looking to buy one, or perhaps you were looking at a previous review of an antiquated model. But regardless of your reasons of being on this video, I hope you have a very nice weekend, and I hope that you stay safe and sane. Whoosh.